Hello, Giordano.
Hi, David. Sorry, I was
Fine.
muted.
Yeah,
I'm a
no
little
worries.
bit early. Just wanted to say hello.
Yeah,
3 minutes
yeah,
early.
noticed it. Everything's fine.
Yes. And you?
Perfect. Everything's fine. We'll start in a couple of minutes. So, yeah, I will kindly ask for those who are listening to me right now, we would like to turn off the microphones and the cameras until the moment where the people who will present will have the word. So, yeah, it's just a reminder.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you, Giordano.
Hello.
Hello, Jose.
Hi, David. Fine.
Yeah, everything's fine. We're about to start in a couple of minutes.
Okay.
We
Ready.
are we are almost ready. Just Jose, if you could help us, please. We'd like to turn off the cameras until the moment where we will present our clusters. So if that's just a reminder for the rest of the participants. Thank you. Hello, everyone. We'll just wait a couple of minutes, but we are about to start. We will start at 4 and 2 minutes. And thank you, all of you, for those who are already connected.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Hello. Okay, so I think that we are ready to start. First of all, I would like to thank you all for being present. Maybe some of you, we already had some contact through different events, through different exchanges that we might have in the past. My name is David Campos de la Torre. I'm project manager in the cluster Capenji in the south of France. So thank you very much once again for participating in our online event, Go Global, Go Further. As you might know, we are organizing this event since we just finished with our missions, our international missions in different countries like Morocco, South Korea, Chile, and Brazil. This event, as the totality of the project, was organized by 5 clusters, international clusters, like Fundación de Hidrógeno de Aragón in Spain, Cluster of Hydrogen Technologies in Poland, Energy in Portugal, Cap Energy in France, and the cluster Green Tech. Following the presentation, we would like to add some reminders of this presentation. The first point is that this session is getting recorded. You may all ask for the content of this webinar. So just what you need to do is ask me. You need to send me a mail in the messages that I just shared in the conversation with this team. We would kindly ask to keep a quiet environment while we are speaking, the participants. We would kindly ask to close the cameras in order to avoid any type of problem. So for those of you who have the cameras on, please, we kindly ask you all to turn them off and to turn your microphones off as well. The questions, you can ask all of the questions that you would like through the chat. And at the end of each presentation, we will choose 2 questions that were present in the chat for those who are speaking. Do not forget that the B2B sessions will be open until the 1st of March. You may all have heard, or maybe you have all seen the messages that were sent for the platform B2Match. So it's very simple. What you need to do is that you need to subscribe yourself. You need to subscribe information about your organization, and you need to planify the B2B sessions the moment that you will be available with the other partner that you would like to work with. Please, we would like to keep respectful webinar. So please, for those of you who will speak, remember that the presentation time is of 8 minutes, and we will kindly ask to keep going through this flow. And once again, thank you very much. You need to know that for the people who accepted to be in this session came from different parts of the world, from not only from the countries where we had our missions, but also from different parts from Latin America, from the north of Africa, from Europe, from Asia. So we are honored to welcome you all and enjoy the webinar. So following the planning, we will first go through the presentation of Agata Horvasic, the project coordination of the H2global project. She will give us a short introduction of the project. We will continue with our partner, Tiziana Campisi, from Green Tech. She's currently based in Italy, in the zone of Emilia-Romagna. And after we will have the testimony of Reso, was a company who came with us for the mission in South Korea and could speak about what happened in South Korea. Rafael Rinaldi, the director of the international activities in the French cluster Cap Energy. Mourad Agashi, general director at Green H2, one of the partners of our cluster, Cap Energy. Nadia Benani, coordinator of Green H2 from the same cluster in Morocco. Magdalena Raxna, director of Export Development Center, Polish member of H2global, and working at the service of the cluster of hydrogen technologies. Paweł Trowacny, business development director from Poland, working at testimony of Rockfin. Jose Oliveira Paulo, President of Cluster Energy and our partner in Portugal. Tiago Vallejo, Oil, Gas and Maritime Project Manager at the Service of Virgin in Brazil. Victoria Lais, Environmental Engineer focused on renewable energies, hydrogen, decarbonization, and Adriano Leme, with the same post, working for Neo Energia in Brazil. So we will start with the presentation of Agata Horvasic. Agata, the floor is yours. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much, David. Hello to everyone, to those who we already met at a couple of opportunities and those who are here for the first time. So yeah, David, if you can put the next slide. So first of all, I would like to present myself. My name is Agata Horvasic. I am the H2global project coordinator and the coordinator of environment and sustainability at consultancy and training department of Aragon Hydrogen Foundation, with the full name of the Foundation for the Development of New Hydrogen Technologies in Aragon. So before going to the project description, I would like to just give you a quick overview of our field of work and our activities in Aragon Hydrogen Foundation. Next slide, please. Yeah, so we are a private non-profit research center, which was created as the initiative of Aragonese government. We have already 20 years of experience in the field of hydrogen, and we have been promoted with the aim to promote the use of hydrogen as an energy vector, and also to help the development of the Aragonese industry and our companies. So within our company, we can distinguish, let's say, three main blocks of activities, which is the strategic agenda development, support in the development of strategic projects, especially focusing on the green hydrogen, but not only. And last but not least, the promotion of knowledge among the companies and society. We count with 4 working areas, being the research and development, innovation, previously mentioned consultancy and training department that I form part of, and finally the business development. We are considered a most successful Spanish entity in the clean hydrogen joint undertaking, with 27 ongoing projects and 10 of them being coordinated by us. So I also strongly encourage you to get acquainted with our full project portfolio, which you can find on our page, of course. Next slide, please. Yeah, so we are a small company with around 35 members, being a multidisciplinary team of technicians. However, we are considered a cluster formed by right now over 90 members from different parts of hydrogen value chain, let's say, starting from the administration, automotive, chemical industry, metal, mechanic, and also many different sectors, also counting with research, training, and investments, among others. Next slide, please. So yeah, as previously mentioned, one of our key points is the development of the strategy agenda. So since 2007, our company is working to develop our regional roadmap for the hydrogen economy development called Hydrogen Master Plan in Aragon. We have already launched 4 editions of this roadmap. And here in this slide, you can see the project called Get Hyga, which is the basically implementation of those master plans that have been carried out and developed since 2007. Next slide, please. Yeah, so regarding our international and national participation, we are also a member of Hydrogen Europe Research and Hydrogen Europe, and also we are a member of various regional and national associations and platforms. Next slide. Yeah, and just to wrap up this part, so we also count with our let's say pretty unique facilities in Spain, which allow us to carry out our tests and also run our project on site. So this is our premises, where we have basically all the, I call it always playground to experiment with hydrogen and to work on the development of the new technologies. So I really encourage you to get acquainted with our work, and I hope you will find it interesting. So I think right now with this we can go to the project description. As you can see, the H2global project clearly falls in the agenda of Aragon Hydrogen Foundation, as this is a project that focuses also on the promotion of the hydrogen development on national and international scale. So the H2global project with European Green Hydrogen Cluster Alliance for Internationalization, full name rather long. Next slide, please. Yeah, so I will start today from the internationalization. So this project has been launched in order to focus on the cluster cooperation and the internationalization, which is tailored to support and to promote hydrogen-related companies, technologies, and services by establishing collaborations in such target countries as Chile, Brazil, Morocco, and South Korea. So here again, you can see the map with those target countries that have been selected for our project. And again, the members of our consortium, which has been presented before by David. Next slide. Yeah, so now a couple of words about our project. So as mentioned, this project has been designed in order to support the development of companies, associations, and among others, SMEs along the entire green hydrogen value chain. And also its aim is to contribute to the global green hydrogen economy development. Next. Yeah, so which are the objectives of the projects that actually allow us to reach this goal? So we can distinguish these four principal objectives, which is the promotion of European strategic cluster partnership, intensification of collaboration across borders and sectoral boundaries, better support of our SMEs in the global competition, and also contribution to the emergence of new small and medium companies. And finally, last but not least, the mutual exchange and the development of various type of cooperation projects. Next. Yeah, so now just to sum up, I wanted to tell you about some of our activities that already were mentioned by David. Within this project, we are carrying out a series of business missions or so-called workshops to promote the hydrogen technologies and hydrogen economy development within our respective project consortium countries, and also to create the connections and the bridge between our countries and the target countries on the international level. So next slide. As you can see, the previous ones were the missions carried out on the international level, and right now here we brought these activities to another level. So in previous and this year, we were having meetings in our target countries, and the result of those meetings were, among others, the exchange of information. We were learning about our respective countries, the hydrogen economy. And also we managed to establish very interesting and valuable collaborations among our partners and the companies that joined us within the whole duration of this project. Next slide. So just to conclude, this is a project that is already running since 2021. We will be finishing the project soon. However, we really wish for the fruits of this project to serve you, to be useful. So we really also encourage you to to get familiar with all the work that has been done within this project. We collected a series of very interesting insights and information regarding the hydrogen economy in our countries and also the respective target countries. So you can find a series of studies that are all published on our project website. And also we really encourage you to join us on our LinkedIn group. I will maybe leave this for David, not to spoil anything, but I think that this is also what you have in mind to present. So this is gonna be a place where we can all interact together and keep in touch and keep exchanging our experience and our knowledge regarding the development of hydrogen within our countries and internationalization. So next slide. Yeah, so here I'm leaving you this this link where you can visit our webpage and just learn more about the project. And this is it from my side. So thank you very much. I hope I didn't exceed too much the time. So David, I'm giving back the floor to you.
No, so it's perfect. So according to our plan, now it's the time for GreenTech to present themselves, their activities, and as well to testify one of the companies who came with us to the mission. So GreenTech, Tiziana, the floor is yours. Thank you very much, Agatha, and thank you very much, Tiziana.
Good afternoon. Thank you, David, for giving me the word. Now I would like to present you GreenTech, Cluster GreenTech from Italy. Cluster GreenTech is, as Agatha say, inside the partnership of H2global. So in the next slide, I would like to show you the complete name of the GreenTech cluster is the Energy and Sustainable Development Cluster of Emilia-Romagna region. Because we are located in Emilia-Romagna in Italy, in the north of Italy. And in particular, because in Emilia-Romagna, there is a high technology network composed of many organizations, in particular research laboratory for industrial research and innovation center, 10 technopoles and 7 regional clusters. In this 7 regional cluster, you can see here the name of the cluster. We are, of course, in this network of cluster. Our cluster is a cross-cutting cluster because the thematic is green technology. In other cases, other clusters are more specific. In our for green tech, we are, as I say, cross-cutting. So green technology in terms of energy, water, air, and other environmental component, for example. The cluster, the network cluster, and so other cluster born in 2070. So we are quite young, but we are growing very fast. So in the next slide, you can see our actual composition of member. We are 170 members now. Most of them are private company, SME and large company, but not only, of course, training and education provider, university research center, and research and development institution. The cluster, the number of members are very high, in my opinion. So we need to work for thematic working group. And now, in particular, we have 4 thematic working group, and one, of course, is dedicated to hydrogen. So one working group is hydrogen power to gas working group. Then we are working on circular economy, indoor air quality, and marine renewable energy. In particular, the cluster is, in the next slide, you can see the type of the member. So David, next, please. Here you can see our member. All the logo is represented the member, not only, of course, for the hydrogen topic, but all the members are very linked together, and we work, as I say, in working group, but also during the general assembly, we can discuss a lot about the new thematic, the green technology to be applied in our strategy and our mission for the cluster. We have, as you can see, many private companies, but also research center and other different kind of organism. Yeah, today we have some member. I want to thank you in particular, the member that today is joined to our webinar. I hope you can find some opportunity to meet our member in the next future using the platform that Cap Energy organized for the next week, until the next week. Sorry. So I think there is the last slide. The last two slides, sorry. In this slide, I would show you our international activity. We are, of course, in H2global project, but also we work on Greece Smart City project that is a similar kind of project because funded by Cluster Go International program. Then we are member of the European Cluster Collaboration Platform, so we have the opportunity to meet other clusters and to work with them. And we are member of C2C, International Cluster Meeting. Then why? Because we are members in so many platforms, because of course, last slide, please. We are facilitators, so we work for create opportunity and cooperation for our member, and also for growing very fast in for our mission, for the regional ambition, regional objective for the next future. So please, if you want to know more about us, you can visit our homepage, the Cluster Green Tech. This is the homepage, because as you know, Green Tech is a word used in many situations. So in order to find out, you have to use this website. And now I prefer to leave the floor to one of our members, to Giordano Gosti. Giordano was present in our mission in South Korea, but not only. He's one of the members very active for the H2global project, because he's interested in internationalization. That not means that other members not active. The participation was very high, in my opinion. So I really want to thank you, our associated. But in this case, the H2global was focused on internationalization for hydrogen. So the reduced number of members was really interested and participate active in the project. One of them is Giordano. Giordano, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Tiziana. Thank you, David. Thank you also for scrolling the slides for me. So, good afternoon, everybody. I am the president of a startup based in Italy. It's called Reso. We make production of hydrogen cells, SOC, solid oxide cells, with a patented process. Next slide, please, David. So, of course, we all expect hydrogen to be a key part of our energy future. The problem is that generating hydrogen is still very complicated or very expensive. And we think that we need to develop some parts, some industrial solutions to make everything a little bit cheaper. Next one. So what we would like to do with Reso is to lower the production costs of some parts of electrolyzers and fuel cells, of a special part, the special type of electrolyzers and fuel cells. It's the solid oxide ones, in order to reduce the cost of green hydrogen. Next one. Next, David. So we have patented an industrial production line that is producing solid oxide cells with additive manufacturing. The time to produce the cells is more or less 1/4 of the production time of the conventional ones. It is a digital and continuous process. It makes less room for errors. There is no manual intervention during the production, and it's quite easy to shape the cells according to the customers. So we have high flexibility in geometry and in dimensions of the cells. As it is additive manufacturing, we also have a minimal waste of materials that are anyway expensive, not as expensive as another type of cells, but still it is a special type of material. So next one. Solid oxide cells are used to produce hydrogen, and they are very efficient. They are more efficient than any other kinds of electrolyzers, but they need temperature, they need heat. So it is a stationary production. It is made for big quantities, and especially when we have heat resulting from other industrial processes. When we're talking about the fuel cells, it is very efficient. Combined efficiency, electrical and thermal efficiency is above 90%. So it is the best solution for combined heat and power plants. And as even in this case, we work at high temperature between 700 and 900 degrees. So it is not used in automotive industry. It is for a stationary residential and industrial production of energy and heat. So next one. What we're planning to do is we're starting our production of cells that it will be at least 30% cheaper than what it is now on the market. We want to sell them directly to other companies that make stacks and modules for fuel cells and electrolyzers. And as we have patented the production process, we expect also to sell the license to use the production line in the future. Next one. So these are some of our potential customers. I think we can skip them, but it's the major players in the market. We are now at a very early stage. We are around the TRL4. We are participating in different competitions for startups. We won Startup Emilia Romagna 2 years ago. We've been selected to the final 10 in another acceleration program called Up to Stars from Intesa Sanpaolo in Italy, and we just ended the demo day a couple of weeks ago. We are just now waiting to start the first industrial line to produce fuel cells. We are almost at the end of our proof of concept, so we have now some pilot fuel cells that we can test and show to our customers. So next one. Well, this is not really interesting. We expect to be profitable in a short term. Next one, David. And we need the money to start with the production of the cells, and most of the money of the funding we need is for buying the ceramic production line. Next one. The team. I am the president of the company. I have been working in hydrogen since 1996, compression, storage, and use of hydrogen, treatment of gases in general. My colleagues have all long experience in electrochemistry, ceramic materials, and in mechanical engineering. So next one, I think it's more or less the end of it. We expect to have revolutionary process to produce solid oxide cells, and we think we can contribute to the decarbonization process. Next one. We work together with research centers, University of Modena, DTU in Denmark, and this is our website, or well, our email address and my personal telephone number. So very briefly, thank you for listening to the pitch on my company. I have been together with the guys in South Korea in September. We were in Seoul for the H2 Meet exhibition. That is probably the most important one in the area and in South Korea. What it was very interesting for me is that I already been in Seoul 2 years earlier, and I could see with my own eyes how quickly the hydrogen market is growing in Southeastern Asia. I've seen a lot of companies that could be our customers for the cells. I've been contacting a few of those that already produce solid oxide cells and solid oxide electrolyzers and fuel cells. So we expect to be able to develop some commercial agreements in the next couple of years. Thank you, David.
Thank you very much, Giordano. As you mentioned, it was a pleasure to see you in South Korea. He came with us. Thank you very much, Tiziana, Agata. So I would like to create this small parenthesis to know if some of you, as I said at the beginning of the presentation, we would like to, if some of you might have a question, we have the time for two of you, like if you would like to raise your hand and just add something or to ask something about how it worked while we went in South Korea. Right now it's the moment, or a question to Agata, do not hesitate. We have time for two questions. If not, we can just continue with the presentation. No any motions. So I think that the floor is yours, Rafael.
Yeah, thanks. Hello, everyone. My name is Rafael Rinaldi. I'm in charge of EU and international affairs at Cap Energies Clusters. I will just introduce Cap Energy for those who would not know the cluster. So it's a French competitiveness cluster. Can you go to the next slide, David? Next one. So we are based in Aix-en-Provence, close to Marseille area, and we also have an office in Nice and associated territories also in Guadeloupe, and also we work with the Principality of Monaco. We are an association, but our main goal is to foster innovation and to support our members, especially small and medium enterprises like Green Tech in Italy. Next slide. So this is who we are. So we gather 520 members, among which a majority of companies and a lot of SMEs. But we also gather research and training structures, finance organization, and also local authorities, institutions, and other associations. We have a lot of partners in France and Europe, and also some of them outside. And we also we are also involved in European projects like that one, like H2global, but we also work on other EU projects. Next slide. I would just introduce you how we work. So we try to support projects from the beginning, so from the first idea, from the start of a project, and we try to help them meet partners and funding bodies, and to help them get support from funders, from funding bodies, to work on partnerships with other entities in Europe, and to support their business growth. Then we can have also customized services against payment if necessary for dedicated to our members. Next slide. So this is how we work. But what's important in the H2 sector, we cover all the value chain of the H2, and from the production to the storage, transport, distribution, and use, we gather, let's say, a lot of companies. Most of them are startups or SMEs with a specific technologies. So those are technology providers. So we have, for example, electrolyzers providers, CH4 thermolysis solution provider. Then we have companies working on sensors, liquid vectors, stations for the distribution, and a lot of companies also on the consumption sites, for example, for mobility or industry. And then we have a lot of operators. Some of them are large brands, of course, but we work on all kinds of sectors, from the road transport, gas networks, industry, and also uses in the road and maritime sectors. So I will not present all the actors here, but we are available during the B2B sessions to go deeper in these in those topics if you want. Next slide, and this I think will be the most important. Also, well, before I introduce the territory, we have a lot of universities and training centers dealing with technologies, but also um, training on the risks and how to fight even the case of fire from hydrogen. We have specialists from the National Academy of Fire Officers here in the region. And then we have other research centers that work on specific domains. Next slide. So why it is important to work on the hydrogen sector here? First of all, we are the first region for industrial CO2 emissions in France. So you can see on the map on the corner on the left side. The Marseille area, the south, is a logistic hub which is based on two main European corridors. So in terms of transport, we are ideally placed to be a hub for the hydrogen, and also related to the generation of green H2, it is the best place to get high solar potential for renewable electricity generation. So we are connected with other territories, and we have a lot of different geography specificities, like mountain territories. We can store in the future maybe the hydrogen in salt caverns. There are a few projects on that. We are on the sea, so with a large port area, and we are on the corridor towards the north of Europe. We are very well connected. And at the bottom, you can see the number of projects and the main players. It's a bit small, but again, we are available to go in depth if you want to investigate and to get information on those projects and how you could collaborate with us. I think that's it. Thanks a lot. Those are our main funding entities. So the cluster was created by STEA, IDF, and the collectivity of Corsica. Thanks a lot, and I will let the floor to colleagues from Green H2, Mourad Ajaji and Nadia Benani.
Thank you very much, Rafael. So the floor is yours. H2.
Thank you, Rafael. Thank you, Rinaldi. David, thank you. First, I'm going to start by introducing myself. Morad Hajaji, General Manager of the cluster Green H2. It's the cluster Green H2. It's a young cluster who was created in 2021. But now we have more than 80 members from all the value chain of green hydrogen. I'm going to present the Moroccan context in green hydrogen, and I'm going to start with the Moroccan roadmap. Next slide, please. The Moroccan roadmap of green hydrogen plans a local market of about 4 terawatt hour in 2030 for local markets, and more than 10 terawatt hour for export markets. And this will increase, of course, to be more than 100 terawatt hour in 2050. Of course, this requires a renewable capacity to meet this hydrogen demand, and we think we estimate that will be more than 80 gigawatt in 2050 to develop this hydrogen projects in Morocco. The development of the hydrogen industry will require a total investment from 70 billion to $100 billion between 2020 and 2050. Next slide, please. This ambition stems from the fact that Morocco has the potential to have one of the lowest costs per kilogram in the world, and there are some studies who confirm this potential in terms of parts of the global market and in terms of the price of 1 kilogram of hydrogen. Next. Add to that, there is a major asset to address green hydrogen as a national priority in Morocco. We have political support as the highest level of the state and a diversified international partnership framework and a strong involvement of industry and the private sectors. In terms of renewable resources, Morocco has one of the best potential in the world for solar and wind, and a very successful deployment of ambitious renewable energy projects that help a lot to develop this kind of projects. Now we are developing a pipeline of seawater desalination projects. There are more than 20 projects ongoing. For human resources, there are a lot of research and development infrastructure, training centers with highly qualified human resources, as you seen before, the most important market is the exports. That's because the proximity and with the Europe, maritime and gas connectivity is very important for us, and the high quality of ports, airports, and highway infrastructure and their development. Next, please. Add to that, we have a lot of national and international actors who are members of the cluster and active through all the value chain of green hydrogen that help to develop projects of hydrogen in Morocco. So next, please, David. We studied our strengths and the challenge for all the value chain of green hydrogen. We have, as said before, a very good strength, renewable energy, etc. But there are some challenge. The power grid is the most big challenge for energy sources, and now we are trying to develop a project to have more possibility to transportation of electron from the south from the north of Morocco. For the generation of hydrogen, the pipeline of desalination projects are very important. There are some companies who are implanted in Morocco to develop electrolyzer. For conversion, the ammonia is a technology who is matured in Morocco, but the methanol for us is a new technology, and the green fuels also. And for transportation, the most important challenge is grid. It's right that we have a connection gasoduct between Morocco and Europe, but an ambitious project who will connect Nigeria to the north of Morocco. But it's still a very big challenge to develop and to resolve the pipelines to have more transportation and fluidity to transportation of hydrogen. Next. For maritime transportation, we have several ports across all the country, but there are three big important projects who are under development now to be an energy hub vocation. It's one port in Nador in the east of Morocco, is Nador West Med. Another one in the middle of Morocco is Gelmim, and another the last one in the south port of Dakhla, and they are under construction now, but they will be a veritable hub, energy hub for export of hydrogen. Next, please. For ammonia, Morocco controls the world's largest phosphate rock reserves, but it depends on imported ammonia for the production of fertilizer. Now we are importing about 2 million tons of fossil ammonia per year, and it will be increased to 4 million tons in 2050. Green ammonia production can resolve dependency from dependency for ammonia, and can strengthen and decarbonize our domestic fertilizer industry. So it's a very important to develop ammonia in Morocco, and we have OCP who are the developed projects for that. The second field, please, the second one. The second field is methanol, but here we are. We have two options regarding the regulatory drivers, and particularly the CO2. The CO2. We have two options. The first one is focusing exclusively on internal and African markets, and we can use industry captured CO2. The second option is targeting European markets until 2040 and relying on the other markets after 2041 because of this limitation of the regulation of CO2. And the last option is DRI. The next one, please. As Morocco is importing the scarp from Europe, and now the Europe steel companies are switching their production from blast furnace to electric arc furnace. The scarp importation from Europe will be limited, and it's an option now for Morocco to develop DRI products to fill this gap of limitation of scarp. Moroccan steel now is as we used electric arc furnace, we use a lot of renewable energy. We have some company who use more than 90% of their electricity is providing from renewable energy. So the entire value chain can be developed in Morocco with an increased efficiency and reduced investment demand. And the last point is that the European Union turned from a net exporter to a net importer of steel, and Morocco can contribute to fill the gap of this need of steel. Next, please. So the cluster Green H2 is an association. As I said, it's we are now about 80 members for private company, university, research centers, and some public institution. Our mission is to contribute to the emergence of a competitive green hydrogen sector and federate the national ecosystem through the developing of an incentive, contribute to develop an incentive regulation with the government, of course, and encourage the transfer of know-how through collaborative projects and research. Next, please. Here's some of our members. Next. Our strategy is to strengthen the human and technical and technological capacities of national actors, structuring a local industrial value chain around green hydrogen and its uses in a territory and develop the region of hydrogen, particularly in the south of Morocco and in the east. Next.
We will give 3 or 4
Yes.
minutes maximum.
I
Thank
need
you very
more
much.
2 minutes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Catalyzed innovation as as all the clusters across the entire value chain of hydrogen, and supports the national task force. It's a mission who has done by some ministries to help them to develop regulations, standards, and norms. And the last one is to contribute, of course, of the promotion of green hydrogen on a national and international scale. Next. I will finish by just to thank the global project and Cap Energy for their help and assistance. We signed a memorandum of understanding in the last power event in Marrakesh, World Power to X, to provide assistance, information exchange, technology transfer, strategic introduction, etc. Next. Next, David. Some delegation of Cap Energy was present with us in the event, World Power to X. Next. And the team of Cap Energy helped us to produce our first newsletter, to worked with my colleague Nadia Benani to develop a collaborative platform and network animation tools for exchange, sharing information, contact updates, and news from members. Next, please. And they supporting us now in our international e-fuel conference will be held in Rabat next May, 24 May and we invite you to participate to this conference who will focus it in the market of e-fuels in the region. And so I think it was the last one. Thank you very much, David. And sorry if I took a lot of time.
No, it's perfect. Thanks to all of you. And just as a friendly reminder, remember that you might put in your agenda through our B2Match online platform. You might have any discussion with any of these participants, so do not hesitate to take a look once the event will finish, or if you would like to have a larger discussion with any of us, do not hesitate. And we move on with the presentation. Now it's the time for cluster of hydrogen technologies in Poland, Magdalena, and with the testimony from Paweł Trojanowski from Profin. So Magdalena, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, David, and hello to everyone. Greetings from Poland. Nice to have such a worldwide, even I would say, audience today. At the beginning, I would like to say thank you as well to my partners and Cap Energies in general for organizing this webinar. I would like to present myself. My name is Magdalena Raczyńska, and I'm representing the Regional Pomeranian Chamber of Commerce. My organization is the coordinator of Cluster of Hydrogen Technologies, and the Cluster of Hydrogen Technologies is one of our department in our chamber. David, can you skip the slide, please? So yes, as I said, here I'm representing two organizations, and of course today we will mainly focus on the cluster of hydrogen technologies, which was established in 2017. So this year, 7 years approximately. And it was the first cluster in Poland, which was dedicated for this branch of the business. Now we are associating in a cluster of around 60 companies. So even though the chamber is the regional organization where we have totally different branches companies from Pomorski region, which is located on the north of Poland. So then in the class, and we have around 200 companies in the chamber, and in the cluster now we are associating around 60 companies, not only regional but also the national on the national level. And we are mainly focusing, of course, as a cluster to create the synergy for our companies, to make a platform to collaborate between each other, to represent them before instead of local authorities or national authorities. Here you can see a few of our, not all of them, but few of our members of the cluster. One of the main companies who were involved in establishing our cluster was Orlen company, as well as Rockfin, which is today with me, Pavel. He will have his presentation after me, and Sescom, SES Hydrogen, right now directly focusing on hydrogen. The next one, please. What is the core of our organization? Of course, despite all the clusters activities, which is very common to all of our H2global organization, partner organization, we are focusing as well as on providing European Union projects for our companies as an added value information what we are doing. So of course, despite H2global project, which unfortunately is going to be finished in March, we are as well involved in projects which are focusing on upskilling, reskilling, and mapping the lack of competences on a hydrogen value chain. This is a Green Skills for Hydrogen project, which is operated by the Hydrogen Europe, as well as H2 Excellence. It's the same topic of the project when we are going to establish the first POWE in Poland. HiPod project is a project which is focusing on lack of legislation about hydrogen value chain in Poland. We are a member as well of the Hydrogen European Research and Hydrogen Europe. Can we go to another one? Mainly for the previous time when the H2global project was started, we were focusing on making the awareness about the business which hydrogen is. That's why I made some calculation for you, just inspired of the H2global activities, where we were involved in 2 from 4 business mission. Unfortunately, we couldn't join on all of them. We organized for the beginning of the project, so from the 2021, we organized 15 business missions, as well as we were organizing in abroad, and we were hosting them in Poland. We had 25 diplomatic visits collected to the hydrogen topic. And we also organized a study visit for the representative of the government, Polish government representatives, especially for Polish Trade and Investment Agency in Poland. So this is what we are trying to do. We are trying to create a ecosystem and the platform to exchange knowledge about our activities and the business in general. The next one, please. In 2023, so the last year, we signed Three Seas Hydrogen Council. We signed it on the H2 Poland conference, one of the biggest conference located in Poznań, where a cluster is involved on the many panels and conferences topics. We are leading and providing them as well. Three Seas Hydrogen Council is the initiative of the countries from the Central Europe and the Baltic Seas, inspired by the Polish side, just to represent our companies and our institutions and our institutions. I'm thinking about government instead of European Commission, just to lobbying and fighting for good regulations for our common market. This initiative, I briefly hope that we'll get some fundings for cooperation. Right now, we are doing like a mapping of our strong and weaker sides of the business, I would say, of our countries. The next one, please. And because I also told you that we are very strong on the Pomorsky region, where we are located. We are involved from the last year, and we prepare for the Marshal of Office, one of the elements of the hydrogen strategy, where we were doing some workshops and conferences for local authorities to show them what are the advantages and disadvantages of green transformation. So we will be one of the value chain responsible in our market to help to the region to develop the scenarios and directions to development of hydrogen economy in our region until 2013 and 2040. So this is one of our activities as well. The next one, please. As I told you, we were the first, and it is the quite crucial information, I suppose. We were the first cluster established 7 years ago, the first cluster in Poland. Now we have few of them on the market, but because the topic of hydrogen wasn't very, I would say, wasn't well known at the market, we established the first conference about hydrogen technologies. The last year we had a 6th edition of this conference, and it is one of the biggest one, next to the H2 Poland, which I mentioned before. Now we are gathering in total 2,000 participants. It's a 2-day event, free of charge. So you are always welcome to be a part of this event, and I hope we will collaborate in organizing the next editions. And the next one, so I would like to thank you to all of you for your time and your attention. And I would like to leave as well as my contact as I'm the project manager of all of those hydrogen projects, and to manager of the cluster of hydrogen technologies, Żaneta Kustowska. As well, if you see any potential business on our market, just stay in contact. Thank you very much. And Paweł, I would like to give you the floor. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Magdalena. And warm welcome to everyone on today's call. My name is Paweł Trojanowski. I'm a business development director in Rockfin, the company which has headquarters in Poland, in north of Poland, in Pomeranian region. So naturally, we are a member of the cluster which was presented by Magdalena just a couple of minutes ago. But we are a company which is a large company. So I hope that David, can you move the slide? Yeah, so we are a large company which is located in Poland, but we act globally, and that's why we were interested in participating in this program H2global, also to expand with our with the business development of our business line of hydrogen, which is one of important but still developing business lines in all of our portfolio. So, giving you few information about Rockfin itself, we are a company which is more than 13 years old on the market. We are a large company. We employ more than 1,000 employees, and we are building various machines and systems which are dedicated for energy industry, oil and gas industry, also decentralized energy systems like gensets, for example. And one of the youngest business lines for which I'm personally responsible is hydrogen solutions. And of course, thinking about energy transition, we expect that that renewable energy sources and decarbonized gases, especially hydrogen, will play a pivotal role in not only in Polish and European but worldwide transition of energy, and that's why we are investing our time and money to develop products, systems, solutions, and of course the market. So next one, please. First of all, we are an engineering company, and it's very important that everything which comes from our factory is engineered in terms of different specialities. So we employ and we work with mechanical, process engineers, chemical engineers, electric, automation, hydraulic engineers, and we design solution systems based on European standards, but also international standards like American or Chinese or even Australian ones. Please move on. A part of engineering, we have production sites. We have right now 4 production sites, and all of them are located in Poland. So we have Małkowo, we have Gorlice, Elbląg, and Bydgoszcz. They are dedicated to different types of systems. You can see some pictures presenting examples of the systems. The biggest manufacturing plant is in our headquarters in Małkowo, which has a lifting capacity of 140 tons. The one which is on the slide here is 40 tons. And yep, can we move on? Yes, this one is quite specific because this is a production plant dedicated for steel production, where we produce, for example, pressure vessels and tanks, which can be used also for storing hydrogen. The next one. Yeah, and the next one, please. Okay, we have incorporated various quality standards, management standards, but also technological standards for welding, for constructing, and so on. So yeah, this is underlining what I said before, that we are able to produce systems and machineries which can be then used safely almost everywhere in the world. Next one, please. So the hydrogen, where we are and what we are doing. As a company which is working in energy industry for many years, we are working with hydrogen for more than 20 years, mostly delivering systems for cooling large power generators. For those who don't know, generators, the rotor of the generator is cooled with hydrogen, and hydrogen is a gas which is used in power plants for many years, and that's why we gained our experience using hydrogen building systems for this gas, also according to explosive atmospheres regulations and so on. for years, and this stands us in a good position to build different systems, but using this kind of gas, like electrolyzers, skids, or compression systems, or purification or storage systems. And that's why we decided several years ago to invest and to develop these new types of systems. Please move on. Okay, so here are some examples of both designs and executions of units and systems we already delivered for hydrogen. So we are able to design and produce hydrogen generators based on right now on alkaline technology, but in future we want to develop also solutions with PEM electrolyzers, maybe also solid oxides. We have our own solutions for hydrogen purification up to automotive standard. We are building compression systems. I mean, last week we already delivered 2 compressors, and one was for hydrogen generator 2.5 megawatt. Another one was smaller. 2 different designs, and we designed them from a blank sheet of paper and then delivered. And they are working right now on site. Storage systems, loading and unloading panels for delivering hydrogen with trailers, fuel cell systems. This one on the left bottom picture. This is a innovative fuel cell system, 250 kilowatts, which we built for one of our clients from Japan. But we are not only producing machinery, but also we are integrating technologies, so we can combine all technologies together, integrate them in terms of hydraulic, but also control system and software, and then provide to our clients a complete value chain in terms of hydrogen. Okay, next one. Next slide, please. Okay, a part of delivering machines and systems, we also provide 24/7 service. We have service teams which can work in Poland, in Central Eastern Europe, but also for bigger projects, we can send people to different other places across Europe. Okay, the next one. Okay, so our role in H2global, we had a great pleasure to take part in the exhibition and conference in Seoul in South Korea. And then my colleagues were there. They participated in this event, but also in several consecutive events. There, they came back with nice business contacts where we already started some cooperation with several companies from South Korea, especially manufacturers of electrolyzers and fuel cells. Okay, next one. Yeah, that's it. So if you feel that this sounds interesting and you'd like to hear anything more from our side, what we can provide, but also how we can cooperate, feel free to contact me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pavel. Thank you very much, Magda. So now we are moving into the last part of this event. We are going to explain our last participation with whom we have, well, the last trip that we made. We went to Brazil, and it was some thanks to the activities of our project. This mission was organized by Energin, represented by Jose. So I will give him the word right now, and I will kindly ask to all of you, the rest of the participants, to accelerate a little bit since we are running out of time. But we listen to you. We are almost finished, and do not hesitate to contact any of us through the B2B meetings organized by our website B2Match. So, Jose, the floor is yours, and once again, thank you very much for your participation, for your interest, and for your time. Thank you very much.
Oh, Hi, hello everybody. So my name is João Oliveira Paulo. I'm the president of the board of Energy. So next slide. Next slide, please. So the Energy is a competitiveness and technology cluster for energy in Portugal. We are a non-profit private organization involving some of the major energy companies in Portugal. It was established in 2008. And we work for the energy sector, namely in renewables, energy efficiency, energy storage, fuel cells, and hydrogen. So basically, the mission of Energy is to cooperate with the energy sector companies, namely SMEs and research centers, especially those involved in renewables and energy efficiency, encouraging partnerships and seeking to enhance industrial competitiveness through technology development and productive innovation. So we cooperate with energy companies and other clusters, stimulating initiatives, strategies, and development of pioneer projects. Can you go ahead? So we have been founded, as I mentioned, in 2008, involving some of the founding members, main companies like EDP, EFASEC, Galp, Martifair, and MIT, which are present in several geographies. Next one. Next one. So we work nowadays in 5 strategic areas like fuel cells, hydrogen, energy storage, energies for sustainable mobility, bioenergy, and energy efficiency. But basically, we are more dedicated to fuel cells and hydrogen. We work through 5 action programs. I'll just go in detail later on. So innovating in partnership. So next one, please. So in this case, we are fostering a culture of innovation of Portuguese industry linked to renewable energy and energy efficiency. As I said, encouraging partnership between business and researchers for innovation. We try to identify the projects with potential commercial interest to support projects already in a pre-commercial stage. So we promote networking, release or tracking reference designs, workshops of subsector, organize several events like annual conference, workshops, and seminars. We are open to associations to research entities, and we partnered with other clusters like in the H2global and with other international associations like similar associations in Brazil, in Korea, and Chile, for instance. Also, we are monitoring projects for strategic common interest in Portugal, energy storage, and hydrogen fuel cells. Next one. So in terms of financing, we promote projects in Horizon 20 in international, European, and Portugal level. We try to found let's say incentives to our members and partners. We evaluate the coordination of European funds like structural funds and special program funds. We connect to business angels and public venture capitals, trying to get some funding for our members to develop their projects and to internationalize. Next one. For the technology radar, so we participate in the international conference, in technology fairs, in international platforms and networks. We work in participating in European projects. Also, we strengthen the link of Portuguese companies abroad, working with the Portuguese investment agency and the Inov Contact in order to get some participation of the Portuguese companies abroad, and also the participation in European associations like European Association of Storage of Energy, Clean Hydrogen Partnerships, and others. Also, we are participating in the Global Hydrogen Industry Association Alliance, so we became members since last January, and we participate in other international cluster associations like H2global, like GCCA. Next. So this is some of the examples of the international fairs we have been present last year. So, and this year already in Evolution and First National Congress in Spain. Next one. And so this is just, we can guess through. This is one of the associations, the energy storage, where hydrogen also is quite present, and we are a national members of this association. Next. Also, European platform, like this European cluster competitiveness platform. Next. And clean hydrogen partnership. Next. Also, as I mentioned, we are now members of the Global Hydrogen Industry Association Alliance. Next one. And so renewables from Portugal. So we have our action lines is helping to promote the global market products, services, and solutions, aiming to increase exports and internationalization of the Portuguese companies, namely the small and medium-sized companies. So we have international networking, tracking international initiatives, Horizon 2020, as I mentioned already, some R&D dialogue, research and civil society dialogue towards a low carbon society. We projects with the ADENIS, National Agency for Energy Efficiency. We prepare some catalogs for energy, and now we are preparing one for kind of a business directory in the platform and in a let's say a catalog to be distributed for hydrogen. Next one. And so also we work in projects in developing countries. So still related with the funding, we are members of steering committee of the working group of the tracking mechanism of multilateral financial markets. So with ISEP, the investment agency, and also the Ministry of Finance, special to work with development banks like the South American Development Bank, like European Development Bank, like Asian Development Bank, and just to mention those were the markets where we are involved. And so we support the members in systematic identification of opportunities. Next one. Next. Okay, next. I'm losing some seconds of my explanation. Can you go ahead? Next one. Okay, so this has been already mentioned. So we are working in H2global. Next one. So Agatha has already mentioned about the details about this project. I just give this for you. So the next one for us. So next one. Next one, please. Okay, so energy, you will use these results of H2global project to support and enhance the portfolio of internationalization of service and activities to our members. So this is for us quite important. Just for your reference, besides H2global, next one, we have signed 3 memos of understanding. I mean energy in, because H2global project team also signed others, and so we signed with our partners in Korea, H2 Korea, with the Association of Brazil H2, and also with H2 Chile last month in France. So next one. So I said, just for your reference, we are also involved in a project basically is to create centers of vocational excellence. Together we are something like 20 members. Next one. Next one. Next slide, please. It's not working. Okay, so these projects, as for the last one, I would like to tell you that it's quite important because we need skills, we need people to be training for hydrogen. We don't have so far something new in terms of training, and so we are quite involved in this H2 excellence. So we'll focus this, and this is quite important. And also with the partnership we'll have it for H2global in the future, I think also we can make some use of these, the results of H2 excellence, which is a program for 4 years time, already 1 year running, but still have one. So thank you for your attention. You have my contacts down there, so if you need some additional information or some details about this project or our activities, please be free to contact me. Okay.
Thank you very much, Jose. We have.
I will pass now to Tiago. Okay, Tiago Vallejo from the Fusion.
Exactly, and sorry for the delay of the presentations. We had a technical problem here, but thank you very much. And we move on with the presentation of Tiago Vallejo.
Thank you, David. Thank you, Jose. Hello, everyone. Nice to see some of you again and meet new faces as well. I'm thrilled to be here. Thanks for the opportunity to present a little bit about Firjan and about Rio de Janeiro state here in Brazil. David, can you please move to the next slide, please? Okay, great. Firjan is Rio de Janeiro Industry Federation. We work as a business association, and please keep in mind that Firjan advocates for the economic development here in the state of Rio, and also works as an industry service provider. So Firjan is a non-profit private organization. And next slide, please. Alongside Firjan, we have 4 other organizations. So SIRGE is the way of a non-industrial company to join the federation. The federation today has more than 7,000 companies that are joined through different sectors of employer unions. SESI is our branch, our social service provider. So SESI has solutions that range from cultural activities and as well healthcare, for instance. Senai is our training center, and Senai also have institutes, technological institutes and innovation institutes on green chemistry, on welding, on simulation, and so on. So please keep in mind that the Green Chemistry Institute have already projects on hydrogen, testing different applications for the industry, and Yale is our business school. So moving on to the next slide, please. So when we talk about the energy scenario in Rio de Janeiro state, we must not forget of the importance of oil and gas. So that's why we've been stressing this motto: oil and gas is Rio and Rio is energy. Going to the next slide, please. There are many aspects to highlight about Rio de Janeiro, but since we are eager to detail hydrogen opportunities, I will not read every bit of information in this slide. Just consider that the production potential from natural gas and also from offshore wind farms in the future here. So those can produce hydrogen, and also the consumption of hydrogen in refineries, in petrochemical and fertilizers industries as potential here for the state as well. Next slide, please. So one study that we have here at Firjan, we map investments for 10 plus years. So future investments in energy, specifically across Rio de Janeiro state. So going to the next slide. Looking ahead over 2030, we have mapped more than $182 billion in potential investments in 93 mapped projects in different areas, but renewables are growing. Going to the next slide, please. So specifically on hydrogen, there are at least 4 hotspots here in Rio de Janeiro. The city of São João da Barra in the north part of the state is where Porto do Açu is located, and have the greatest integration potential between hydrogen production and its consumption there. So I think it's the most major hotspot, but also we have Macaé, the self-proclaimed energy capital here of Brazil. So Macaé has a huge potential of growth because it will receive a new route of natural gas, a new pipeline of natural gas coming from the offshore. And Maricá has discovered the third hotspot. I think it's the nearest from the capital, Rio de Janeiro, has discovered hydrogen reservoir. So there is potential there as well. And Angra has like a nuclear power plant that already produces hydrogen today. So just to highlight, going to the next one, please. And to conclude, I would just like to say that we must go on and talk beyond energy transition. We must consider how one source connects to the other and how integrates with other sources of energy. We must not forget the importance of oil companies to push forward the energy agenda, and we must consider regional realities as well when implementing projects in each country. The next slide. So I think that's it. Thank you. And whenever you plan a business trip to Rio, please let me know and we can schedule a meeting. Thank you, David.
Thank you very much, Thiago. So now we move on to the last part of this event. So we will give a warm welcome to the representative from Neoenergia. So please, Victoria, I give you the floor. And Victoria and Adriano.
Hello.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, David.
Welcome.
Thank you. So hello, everyone. We are here to present to you a little bit of our company and our projects that we're working on green hydrogen. Me and my colleague Victoria will present to you. Can you please pass on to the next one? Oh, so Neoenergia. Neoenergia is the company that we work. We are for more than 25 years investing in the Brazilian electric sector. We're the biggest and the largest distribution company here in Brazil. We have over 16 million customers. We have 5 distribution companies. We have a 90% renewable portfolio of generation, over 5 gigawatts of renewable energy installed. And we also have more than 9,000 kilometers of transmissions line in Brazil. Can you please pass next one? And we, as Neoenergia, we are part of one of the largest groups of energy in the world, of group Iberdrola, that is from Spain, but we are present in all over the world. We are present in United States with Avangrid, in Mexico, and here in Brazil with Neoenergia. In the United Kingdom as Scottish Power, as Iberdrola Spanish and H2global Global International. We're also present in Japan, Australia. We have we are one of the largest companies of the electric sector in the globe, with over 170 years of history. We are leaders with more than 40 gigawatts of renewable energy installed. Please, next one. This is Brazil. We have a unique opportunity here in Brazil to develop green hydrogen and derivatives. So here in Brazil, we have some amazing conditions. We have a renewable matrix, electricity matrix. In 2023, we generated 95% of all the electricity from renewable sources. This is from wind, solar, and hydropower. We have a robust electro infrastructure sector. We have what we call the SIN, that is an integrated electrical grid. That means that we can generate wind power in the northern part and consume it in the southern part that is very far from each, but you can have this characteristic that adds a lot of value to everything we produce here. And we have the transition the energy transition political agenda on the rise here. We have a lot of bills, we have carbon market being discussed. So we believe that this is the best moment to develop our projects. So in 2021, Neo Energia decided to start its green hydrogen department. Please, next one. So, but why green hydrogen? Why our company believes that this is the future? Well, it's the perfect complement to electrification, right? So we can have a way to decarbonize industrial sectors that electricity cannot get. So we can enter the steel the actual demands that we see now are the chemistry industry. We can see consuming green hydrogen in refineries as a substitute for gray hydrogen. We can also produce fertilizers here. This is an actual demand, and the future, not so far. We can see it in the steel as high temperature. We can see it as a fuel for heavy mobility in trucks, boats, as aviation fuel. So that's why we believe it's the best complement we can find for our electrification and decarbonization here in Brazil. Please, next one.
Hello, everyone. So when we are talking about green hydrogen, essentially we are talking about renewable energy. And as a part of Group Iberdrola, we are renewable energy leader in the whole world. We have over 40 gigawatts of installed capacity around the world, and we are very well positioned when it comes to green hydrogen as well in derivatives. We have more than 60 projects under development around the world right now. So you can see some of our partners and our capacity in this slide. And we have projects regarding green hydrogen and green ammonia in US, regarding green hydrogen, methanol, and ammonia in Australia, a number of projects regarding hydrogen, methanol, and ammonia in Europe as well. And in Brazil, we have memorandums of understanding with a lot of state governments, and also we are developing projects regarding to green hydrogen, green ammonia, and green fertilizers. Next slide, please. And as a part of Iberdrola, we have two projects in operation right now. The first one is the Portoliano one. It's a 20 megawatts electrolyzer that can produce up to 3,000 tons a year of hydrogen. And this hydrogen is used to produce green ammonia and then green fertilizer by our partner in this project, Fertiberia. And the second one is located in Barcelona, consists in a 5.5 megawatt electrolyzer that can produce hydrogen to fuel up to 60 buses of our partner in this one, that is TMB, which is a company responsible for the public transportation of Barcelona. Next slide, please. And here in Brazil, we have our first project under construction. Is a research and development project. Is located in our capital, Brasilia, and consists in a project to mobility as well. And we have a 110 kilowatts electrolyzer, and it is energized by a photovoltaic plant. And we can fuel, basically we can fuel in two pressures, so 700 and then 350, which means we can fuel smaller vehicles like a 5-passenger car up to what we call heavy transportation like trucks and buses, forklifters. Next slide, please. So that's all we brought to present for you today. So we firmly believe that we have the perfect combination of renewable capacity, experience, and internal execution capability to be one of the major players of the green hydrogen scenario in Brazil. And if there is any questions remain, in the next slide, you have our contact info. Can you pass, David, please? Thank you very much.
So we arrived to the end of this webinar. It was a pleasure, first of all, to meet you all through this online event, and also I had the opportunity to meet some of you through our missions, through our participations in different events in a worldwide perspective. We have the intention to preserve our relationships either with our clusters, with companies, and with any other organization that we've met in the past through this project. So far, we recommend you, and it's one of the services that we are apporting to all of you. You can planify any meeting with any of us through our platform, B2Match, sorry. The platform will have this function until the 1st of March, so it's just a matter of going into the website and to book your preferences, the people with whom you would like to establish any contact. And as well, we are all familiarized with LinkedIn, since we have organizations from different countries, from different continents. We suggest that the LinkedIn group might be a good way for us to reinforce our communication. So I also, well, you have my contact, my information, my number, my mail. So once again, I would like to thank you very much for your participation, for your time. And if you have any request, we are here to serve you. And we are very proud and honored by the actions and that we've already finished. The project is about to finish, but our relationships will preserve. So thank you very much. As I said, this webinar was registered, so do not hesitate if you would like to have the content of what we spoke. I would be pleased to share it to you. And with a short delay of, well, some minutes, I will finish with this event. And, well, thank you very much. If you have any question, if you have any... Yes, Tiziana?
David, please, can you add the link of the platform here in the chat? Because I go into B2Match, but I'm not sure to catch correctly our platform.
If you try just to push into the link right in the presentation, it doesn't work.
Okay, but I can not push your presentation.
Normally you can.
Just for that.
Okay. If not, I can...
So when you send out the presentation, we are able to click on the link. Okay.
Yes, and if you wish, I can send you as well, because it was well, through the platform, I was sending you some mails. So
okay,
I will send it to you when we will finish, and yeah, so you will have until the 1st of March through the platform where you already had access before.
Okay, I gotta add the link here. Okay, so it's
okay. It's over here, but in any case, thank you very much, Agda. Agatha, sorry. In any case, I will send you a mail if you wish, but for now, the link is over here in the conversation. So that's it from our side. I don't know if you would like to add something else from our side. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you very much all.
Bye.
Okay, bye everybody.
Obrigado.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Grazie. Ciao, ciao.
Bye. Thanks.
Thanks, David. Ciao. Ciao,
Welcome.
Magda.
Ciao.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Bye.
Giordano.
Ciao, Tiziana. Ciao, ciao.
ciao, grazie.